Hey guys, welcome back to Pouring My Art Out. We're going to do something the same but different today. Um, we're going to, I got white on there. We're going to make a vase again, but we're going to use my self-colored crushed mirror. Is that not a beautiful color? Can you guys see that? And I do sell this, so if anyone's interested, just drop me a message. And we're also going to use alcohol ink. I want to see what it does with the crushed mirror because the crushed mirror is colored by alcohol ink. This is the color that I actually used. Oop, there you go. And I got this in a pack from Michael's. So we're going to try it. The difference is I'm not going to put the alcohol ink near the edge where the crushed mirror is going to go. And I'm going to do some blooms, but it's going to be a different technique. And the technique is all contributed to Julie Cutts from Pouring My Art Out. She made the most beautiful bloom I have ever seen the other day in one of her videos. And her channel is Pouring My Heart Out. And please watch that. It was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of this for you right now because it's going to take a while. And I'll show you how to do it. And then once I'm finished, I'll come back to you and show you the next step. Lots of steps. As you can see, there's lots of cups. Okay, so need quite a bit of rock. This is a very big mold. All right. And you want it about this consistency so it will spread but not leak out too much. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit for you right now. You don't want it to come to the edge. The reason I wet it is because you don't want any sharp edges on the edge of your vase. So that's why I put it in resin first. That and to control some bubbles. So I'm going to do some for you, just so you can see how I'm doing it. Okay. But I don't want to bore you with this. And I'll do one more. Do you all get the idea of what I'm doing? All right. Just as thin as you can get on the edge, because that alcohol ink will spread some. And seriously, we don't want it touching this glass, or we're going to try not to, because it might bleed. Like I said, I have not done this before. So we're going to see. All right, let me finish this up and I'll be back with you. Okay, I'm back. Let me fix you here. Oh, I moved my thing. There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pour a resin. And I did make 12 ounces. I used this 6 ounces of A, 6 ounces of B, and I mixed it in here. I poured it in separate cups because it was very deep. So we're going to go ahead and pour this. Like I said, this is a pretty large mold, so we're going to need more. But I have more. And you're not going to back coat this or anything because it is a vase. You have one chance to get it at the correct time. Just pouring a little bit more in the smaller cup. It is getting thick. Once I mixed it, I waited just 10 minutes before I started anything else. And for some reason, this mold is not even, so I have to keep turning it, which is kind of a pain. I don't have a leveling stand, so I will have to keep turning it to make sure it does level out correctly. Okay. Just seeing how thick that is. And I'm going to use, it's going to use all 12 ounces. And that did include the stones, which I made too many, of course, I always do. And my resin for my white. Alright, let's scrape this one out of here. Let's just get it all out. And guys and girls, save your butter tubs and your sour cream tubs. They come in handy. Just make sure you wash them out really good, which of course you do. Okay, get that out of the way. Handy dandy wipe. Get this crap off my fingers so I don't make a huge mess. Wipe my stick. I have to be careful with resin. I'm a face toucher, and I'm sure I've said this in my other videos, and it makes my eyes swell shut. So I'm very, very careful, or I try to be, but inevitably it gets on my face somehow. So, okay. Put this away. Sorry, I gotta clean up as I go. But yeah, I have 18 different colors. So if you're interested, just let me know. All right, I'm going to pop some bubbles. And there is quite a few. I'm not going to spritz with alcohol. Because we're taking a chance on this alcohol ink anyway. And there are lots of bubbles in here. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is wrangle up some of these strays because we just don't want that happening. See if I can bring some of these bubbles to the surface. And the bubbles that you're seeing is mostly from the crushed mirror. Okay. Okay, now we're going to drop our ink. And like I said, we're going to try to stay away from the edge. Let's see if we can get some more of these. And we're getting a few. Okay. And this is the only color I'm going to use other than the white. And let that spread for just a minute, see what it's going to do. It will continue to spread. In the meantime, I'm going to do my paste. And I have my bag ready. And stir it. wipe. You just want a little bit on one side, and that should be plenty. You want to be able to see your stick through it, but I don't like wispy blooms, so I'm gonna be just so you see the stick through it. That's the plan anyway. Let's see. My paste I also got at Michael's craft store. I love that store. Okay, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see my stick still through it. I mean, it's nearly opaque, but not completely. Can you see that? There's a lot of white still on the stick, so you may not be able to see that. Pour it in your bag. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give the alcohol ink a swirl just to move it out to the edges somewhat, but not all the way to the edge. And I'm not touching the bottom. Oop, I just did then. Okay, that's all right. Also got a bubble in the meantime. There we go. And these are abstract vases. Make it what you want it. You don't have to use the stone or the crushed mirror. I love it just because when you put it on a lighted base or an electric candle in it, that just shines like crazy and it's gorgeous. Okay, see, none of that is touching our crushed mirror, which is exactly what I wanted. Don't want it touching, even though I would like to test that someday. Okay, I'm going to pop these bubbles here around the edge. I'm going to give this a turn because it's deeper on one side than the other. I don't understand that, but it is. Okay, now, I believe that's moved pretty good. Squeeze your white down. Twist. Okay, I'm going to give this just a couple minutes. I'm going to put you on pause because it's really cold here in Tennessee. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes, and I'm also going to let this move a little bit, and I'm going to see if I can pop some bubbles. All right, I will be back. Don't go away. Oh, in the meantime, like and subscribe. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. I had to change my gloves. I felt there was just too much residue. And like I said, I try really hard to be careful. And I cleaned up my little area here. Popped some more bubbles. And I had to put a couple popsicle sticks under here. All right, let's get the air out of here. Squeeze it back down. Roll us up. Okay. Go. I also put my scissors away before I was done with them. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to snip just right here. Oh, can you see it? There you go. Don't want them too thick, but I don't want them too thin either. If that makes any sense to you guys. All right. Now, I'm going to start in the middle because blooms move from the inside out. Even though this is not a traditional bloom. And all she did was squiggles. Like almost like a chrysanthemum. And it turned out so gorgeous. I'm not sure mine's going to turn out as beautiful as hers did. As Julie Cuts did. If you're joining late or if you cut. But her channel is pouring your heart out. And she's got some beautiful pieces and very talented. Thank you, Julie. I hope you don't care. Although copying is the greatest flattery. But I just wanted to try this. I was so impressed with her bloom. So we'll see if I can do it. However, hers were coasters. Mine is going to be a vase. And mine's on a much larger scale. This is obviously not a coaster. So I'm making longer lines than what she did. I got a lot of blobs to fix, girls and gentlemen. I do have a couple gentlemen that have subscribed. Thank you very much for that. And I'm just trying to fill in some space here. Do that again. Because I don't mind the blooms going to the edge. I just don't want that alcohol ink to. And at this point, I think we're safe if it does. That's a lot of white. But yet again, look how much I made. That's my trademark, y'all. If you see someone using too much white, you're going to say, oh, pouring my art out does that too. Okay. There we go. Let's fix some blobs. Well, actually, we'll wait a minute and then we'll fix some blobs. If y'all know what a blob is, it's these, see these big roundy things? Those tend to sink right to the bottom. So you want to kind of stretch them out without touching the bottom. If you touch the bottom, they're going to sink right to the bottom. And we are avoiding that, so we're going to try not to do that. Okay, yeah, you just want to stretch them out so they don't get all blobby. And you want to try to get them all if you can. There's tons in here. I may have made my hole for my bag just a little bit big. So don't do what I did. Make it a little smaller. And if you kind of connect them, that actually helps them from falling. My resin is getting extremely thick. So I'm not sure we're not going to have blobs at this point. There's another one. Wow, lots and lots of them. Alright, do y'all see any more? Tell me. Okay, I think we got them all. Alright, I'm going to lightly torch this and just let it go for a minute. But I'm going to have to turn this again so that it moves evenly. And usually when I do it where it's coming this way, if I turn that to the bottom, it'll go to the top. I'm just going to have to get another mold. I have to break down and get another one. Alright, looks like most of the bubbles have disappeared. At this point, I think I'm just warming up the resin, which will also help, but you don't want to warm it up too much or everything will fall to the bottom. So, but like I said, it is cold in here, but warming up quickly. The heat just kicked on. So, all right, see you in a little bit, show you what it's doing. Stick around, like, subscribe, give me that thumbs up. Okay, it's been about 10-15 minutes. The only other thing I want to do is I want to swirl in the middle. That's what made her so gorgeous. I mean, it was beautiful throughout. But, so you take your tool and you try to find the middle on this thing. I just don't know because it's so out of whack. And you want to swirl. Do not touch the middle, or the bottom, I mean. You want to just go one way. And I did a big swirl, so I'm bound to hit the middle somehow. All right, let's, it's starting to bloom finally because it is warming up in here. We'll see. It's not really doing a whole lot at this point, but we'll see. I'll show you regardless because I can still show you how to make a vase out of this round, huge mole. And this is, I think it's 12 inches. Let's see. Maybe bigger. Oh, just about 12 inches. So yeah, it's huge. All right, so I'm going to turn it again because as you can see, it's coming this way. And hopefully you don't have the same problem with your mold if you get this. I can't remember. I either got this at Hobby Lobby or Temu. I'm not sure. This is one of the first ones I got, so it's also pretty old. So it could be warped just because of me using it so much. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay, guys, this is what it's doing. This is after 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to get a lot of blooms. I think the outside felt sorry for me and tried to bloom because it did bloom in a few areas, but there's lots of gaps. But that's okay, you know, because it's still, let me see if I can focus. It's still going to be a really pretty vase. Pretty colors. The inside, you can see right through there. Not doing much. Unless a miracle happens, we're not going to get the pretty, pretty blooms that Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out got. But I'm going to show you how to do this vase anyway. Yeah, they felt sorry for me and started to bloom. But anyway, I will be back. Please stick around. Hey guys, we're back. It has been about 6 hours. This has taken quite a long time to set up. And it, as you can see, it's not completely, but that's okay. I'm just spraying my gloves with some alcohol so this does not stick to my gloves because I'm going to be peeling. As you can see, it's still really pliable. Okay. This is my candle holder. It's the tallest thing I have, and all I have done is drape it with saran wrap. Okay. So we are going to use this as the outside because it's what shows the most color and blooms. All right, let's get rid of this. Move this over. And we are going to try to drape this as evenly as possible. It is going to stretch out because it's still very, very soft. Okay. And you want to try to get it somewhat even. Okay. I am wanting a vase that is not round, but longish. There we go. And you can see it's shorter on this side. It's not round, and it's longer on this side. I just think it adds a whole lot of interest, and I love abstract art. So that's what we're going for. I'm going to spray my gloves again because it's still pretty sticky. And I put it on my silicone mat because, I mean, it's still really soft for some reason. But it was very cold in my studio. So that's probably the reason it took so long to get to this point. Ooh, but the crushed mirror looks beautiful. The colors are beautiful. The blooms on the ends are beautiful. Nothing like it should have been, as you can see, but we still have the white and the blue. Okay, and I will work with this as it is drying because, like I said, I do want an oblong, kind of like this. Can you see that? Let's spray my hands again. Yeah. I want an oblong kind of like this and thinner this way. So I'm going to have to manipulate it a little bit. So I will continue to work with that, but I did want to show you what I use. And you can already see that it is, okay, kind of doing that. I may have to get something to help that out. I'll try and figure something out to help with the oblong effect, because I do want that. Okay, I will figure it out, but so far, is that not gorgeous? All right, let me see what I can find, and I'll be back with you when it's cured. Like, subscribe. Hello. Welcome back, guys and gals. This is completely cured. Rock hard. All right. Let's go ahead and demold this. Or, oh yeah, that comes out pretty easy. All right. That's my candle. Or my vase maker. Take out these paper towels I had in there. The shape is just what I wanted. As you can see, it's not round. Let's get this plastic off of it. Saran wrap can be a challenge. The good thing about, I need to trim that there. The good thing about saran wrap is it's not thick, so it's not going to hinder that shape that you want, and you can get pretty much the shape that you're looking for, because it won't hinder it at all. Bad part about it is sometimes it's pretty hard to get it all off. That's why we have scissors and tweezers and stuff like that to help us. Okay. There's a few places I need to snip. But yeah, what do you all think? I really wish it would have bloomed better. I said it felt sorry for me, so it did bloom around the edge, which made a cool effect. But yeah, that is a gorgeous vase. Put just some pretty flowers in there, or a tea light. Yeah, I'll get you some pictures. It does sit completely flat. I mean, I'm really pushing on it for it to move. And the crushed mirror just looks gorgeous. It kept its color, which I was sure it was, because there was no alcohol ink touching it. At some point, I may film it, I may not. I'm going to check it and see if alcohol ink will make it bleed. A lot of people tell me it will. When I first started making my own colored crushed mirror. But yeah, this is gorgeous. This is also available if anyone is interested in it. You just message me. Actually, any of my pieces are available. I've actually got quite a stash. But check out my other videos. There's one that shows you how to make the colored crushed mirror. There's one that will show you how to do a bloom, a correct bloom. And there's a couple other vases on there. Some spheres. So, yes. All right. I'll be back, and don't forget, thumbs up.